Hey, what's happening, everybody? So check this out. I wanted to share this with you. Over a year ago, I took some cuttings off of my Peter honey fig tree, and I preserved these cuttings by dipping each cut end into some hot candle wax, helping to seal in the moisture. I then wrapped the cuttings in a damp paper towel, threw them in a ziploc, just left it barely cracked on the top, and threw it in the crisper drawer in the fridge. And that's where they remained for a year's time. I pulled it out of the fridge probably about 2 weeks ago, and it's been sitting near the back of the house. It's been cold out. We've been getting down below freezing here. But now we're going to open this up and see if we still got some viable cuttings here, literally 13 and a half months after they came off the tree fresh. So I could tell through the bag that there was a little tip poking through with some fresh green growth on it. So that's a good indicator that things are looking good. Here's another new growth tip beginning to emerge. I see plenty of life in these cuttings. Some new little growth there actually broke off, but all of them look like they kept. You can see here where I dipped each end in wax. That seals it up. Now this is the first time that I've ever stored cuttings for over a year in the fridge this way, so this is pretty cool. I mean, think of the possibilities, all the cuttings that you get off of fig trees each year. To know that you can easily store them for upwards of a year and be able to offer them down the line, that's pretty cool. And I will be planting these out today, so I'm going to make a fresh cut just on the bottom of the cutting, and I'm going to do another one on this one. There we go, it's a little cleaner. And you can see the cambium layer. There's some green in there, plenty of life in this cutting. We're going to leave the wax on the top of the cutting, keep that moisture sealed in. That's important when you're rooting fig tree cuttings. If you don't have a complete tip on your fig cutting, or you don't have it sealed, the moisture escapes and success rates when rooting goes down tremendously. So again, beautiful live cutting there. Very nice. Even this one's got some good green growth popping out. And it could be a good idea to mark top from bottom. This is obvious because you got the shoots pointing upwards, so this is obviously the top. You'd never have your new growth poking out there downwards like that. So that's that. We're talking 100% success rate with this method of preserving fig cuttings. Now the way I'm going to strike these cuttings and get them rooted is actually in some sand. You can do it in soil as well, but I really like using the sand technique. I'm just going to be using your typical 1-gallon pot, and to keep the sand contained, I just got a little bit of burlap in the bottom of the pot there, covering up the drainage holes. You could use a piece of screen. I've had folks comment that they've used coffee filters. I've never tried that, but that might be worth a try as well if you're looking to replicate this technique here. So I've got some good moist sand. This is actually a blend of play sand and landscape construction sand. Both of them have been pre-washed of any salts, and that's really all you need to look for if you're purchasing sand from a big box store like Home Depot. They have a few different varieties. It should say washed somewhere on the outside of the package. You know, salt can be detrimental to your plants. The main reason I love striking cuttings in sand is that it's really easy to separate those plants later when the roots begin to grow out. If you're using soil, they can really become intertwined, and you can end up doing quite a bit of damage at times trying to separate rooted cuttings like this. So we'll just plug those in. And I will be keeping these in the greenhouse for a little while yet. Now you could put some kind of a humidity dome over this as well. You do want a little bit of airflow. You don't want to suffocate the plant. But a clear plastic bag or some sort of a plastic container, even a small greenhouse over the top will work. Since it's here in the larger greenhouse, I'm just going to give it a little spritz of water when I'm in here, just to keep it nice and moist. We'll check on the sand and give it water if it starts to dry out. And here's another look at the Peter's honey fig here mid-February 2023. It still has yet to awaken from dormancy, but we've got a beautiful structure of a tree. This tree puts off an abundance of fruits every single year, and they're absolutely delicious. If you're looking to grow a fig tree, take my word for it, look into the Peter's honey. You'll be happy you did.